What's up everybody? In this video, we're going to be turning the donor lawnmower into a proper off-road lawnmower. And we're going to be keeping this on a budget because I don't really want to put a whole ton of money into this because I already kind of put some money into that. And as you can see, I got the pulley back on with NECs on the crankshaft. Now this is going to be temporary. I really want like a 5 or 6 inch pulley on the front of the engine and a 4-inch pulley or so, or 5 maybe on the transaxle. The reason being is that the bigger the pulley, the more belt contact you got and the less belt slip. I also want my top speed to be about 20 to 25 miles an hour, in between that range, which would be more than fast enough for off-road lawnmower. If I want to go over that, I got a racing lawnmower that is geared for 50 miles an hour. So for the fuel system on this thing, the fuel tank is actually under there, running to a line there to the carburetor. Well, on this motor, it's not going to work because with this motor, when it was on here, it had the fuel tank right here, and that was gravity fed. On the twin, the carburetor has a pulse pump built onto it. So that's how this motor, when it was on here, how it could suck fuel from the gas tank back here. But with this motor on here, that's just not going to work. All right, so next I'm going to be sorting out this nuclear explosion of wires. And I'm not going to film it because a lot of y'all probably get bored watching me do it. Alright, so I got it somewhat cleaned up now. I got the entire safety wiring harness out. And you know, there's like, 18 plugs of the same color going into the same terminal of the plug. So it's all clean now. I pretty much gutted the entire wiring harness, and the main wiring harness is all sitting right here. I know this looks like a big, load of mess, but I'll sort it out. This is the safety wiring harness there. So as I said before about the gas tank being in the rear, I'm gonna have to have some kind of pulse pump or fuel pump. And I found this one up in the cabinet. I'm sure my brother won't mind me using it. I think it works. I think it's for the racing go-kart, but if the other fuel pump breaks, I'll buy a new one. But for right now, I'm gonna try to use that one. But what I'm thinking will be absolutely awesome is 1, rigging up this gas tank here, and 2, putting another fuel tank right here to have like an auxiliary fuel tank. So I can run this thing like pretty much like all day, all night long or whatever. That would be pretty cool. I don't really know of many off-road lawnmowers that have that. And then just put the battery right there. It looks kind of like absolute bullcrap, but later on I'm probably going to change it. But for in cars and cameras quotations, for testing purposes only, this should work. So I'm just going to say heck with the wiring harness and put in a just manual kill switch and a push button ignition. Alright, so I got it all wired up, all screwed to the solenoid. See my kill switch right here, and my push button ignition. This solenoid here is dead because when the twin was on here, this solenoid would click, but it still wasn't getting 12 volts of the starter. The starter on this one's on this side. And with this steering column cover in the way, I was very limited to my spaces where I can mount this thing. Because I also do want to put a tachometer on here as well, and I'm probably going to put the tachometer right in here. That'll be in another video. But I kind of want to leave some of these decals on there just so when you look at it, it looks more full, I guess what you could say. All right, got my new solenoid. Let's put it in. All right, solenoid's in there. Wiring's all hooked up. I haven't tried it yet, but next what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill the carburetor bowl up so the engine will start easier, and I can also see if the fuel pump will work. Clutch, choke, ignition, fire up. All right, there is a massive leak where the valve cover is. So I'm gonna have to go in there and fix that real quick. Holy crap. Oh yeah, this gas is gone. All right, so I just got done cleaning the mating surface around here, and I did check the valve lash and it was off slightly. So I set this on the 6 thousandths and set this on the 4 thousandths. It was a little off, so I recommend y'all kind of check that valve lash every now and then, about once a year or so. I also cleaned the valve cover itself, and the oil doesn't look too bad. I changed it not too long ago, so has some oil life left in it. And also when I changed the valve cover gasket, I'm gonna be replacing this seal right here because this seal is leaking. So I went online and bought like 5 of them. And we will do all that in the next video. I'm also very surprised that my fuel pump is actually working pretty well. Basically how I did it was the PCV for the crankcase vent exits right there into the air intake. So I basically drilled a hole on top, shoved this hose down inside of that hose there, and connected all my lines, and it works. So I know this video is a little bit short, but I mainly just wanted to kind of hook everything up and hook up my wiring especially, and fuel and all that, and crank it up. Everything seems to be working fine. In the next video, we'll be doing a couple other things and modifying these wheels right here, because I'm not gonna pay $70 for one lawnmower wheel and tire, because that is just outrageously expensive. So I got these for $13. We're gonna make these fit, and yeah, hopefully driving it around next video. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, click on the other buttons that YouTubers say to click. If you didn't like this video, click on thumbs down twice, because 2's better than 1, as we all know. And y'all should see me in the next one.